Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Beauty on a Budget. My name is Heather and today is Monday, March 25th of 2024. I'm sitting here in my dining room. I don't have a chair in my craft room at the moment. My chair broke. 3 of those screws actually fell out while I was sitting on it. I tried to repair it. The screws are just so stripped and everything, they're not working. My husband just has not had time to repair the chair for me, so I decided to just come out to the dining room so I could do my planners. Beginning of the week, and also we're coming into like the end of this month. So I'm going to start with this large one because I love my large calendar here. And it actually ended yesterday. So just gonna tear this one off. And this is kind of confusing, which is why I think when I'm doing some of my calendars, I was trying to do them on a Sunday and it was messing me up because these are the daily planner calendars. So they start your week on a Monday and go through to a Sunday, where the normal calendars would be the Sunday through to Saturday. So I used to mess up all the time trying to get these done properly. So I love the fact that if I do these on a Monday, I'm starting right exactly on the day of the week that I'm working with. So I'm not messing this up, if that makes any sense to anybody. But like these work calendars or school calendars. So today is the 25th. So it's the first thing I always do is just write in the dates. And I always find to do pencil first, and then I will go with my pen over top. But this way, if I ever mess up, it's easy to correct. So this will be April. So this calendar here, it's a 4-week calendar, so it's going to take me from the 25th of March to the 21st of April, which is actually, a pretty good chunk of time. And then I know there's like, what day is Easter? We just had Palm Sunday yesterday, so this Sunday coming up is Easter Sunday. And the Friday, this is Good Friday. And then this makes this Easter Monday. And then I know my daughter's got no school for most of next coming up. I'm just wondering what day she goes back to school. So she goes back to school on the 8th. So right here, I'm just going to write back to school. And then, so this whole week here is her Easter break. If I can spell the word break properly. And of course it didn't erase properly, and then I can't see. Okay. My eraser is gone. I'm just gonna, there. Then I gotta figure out what else is happening. I don't think I have anything else for April planned yet. Or at least that's not gonna be on here. I mean, my husband's birthday is the end of April, but it doesn't fit on this calendar. I'm gonna go through my calendar, my book here. Nothing seems to be standing out on this calendar. I'm just gonna grab my other calendar here, and nothing else, just no school, and then nothing important happening until after the 21st. So I'll put this calendar back to March just because we're not in April yet. Same with this calendar. I'm gonna flip this one back to this week because there's nothing else I need from it. And then I've got my other calendar. So I got my meal planner, which I will do after. I've got my weekly planner, which I will do in a minute. But I've got my monthly planner. And this one actually does 5 weeks. So this one here will actually give me the full thing for the last week of March and the full month of April. So I'm just gonna fill this one in, the same thing. So just gotta read the dates. Here's the 25th. I just had to double check before I start writing down numbers that I'm getting the right dates written down. And then this one, I don't have my ruler with me, so I know sometimes it's a diagonal. I actually prefer to actually just draw a straight line, so I have a Saturday and a Sunday. And then let's go to 1. I'm just gotta double check that that is right, and that it ends, the Sunday is the 28th, yes. Just wanna double check that before I went any further, because I have done that where I'm writing down the numbers and I will miss a number. So I'm just double checking because I have done this, do this, work hard making this planner, and then you find out you've messed something up. Okay, so for this is Good Friday. This is Easter Sunday, Easter Monday. And back to school on that day. And then was there anything else I had? Back to school. Oh, my husband's birthday. Does it even fit on this calendar, or is it? Now I didn't write it down. It's gonna sound bad. I know when my husband's birthday is. I usually mess up by 1 day. It's like so bad. I don't have it written. It's in my phone and I'm using my phone to record, but I know it's gonna be this last weekend of April, and I feel so bad that I always just, every year I mess up on his birthday by 1 day. I programmed it in, I wrote it down on my calendar wrong 1 time. And for the last, so we've been together 15 years, I still always just mess it up. To the point where we used to just kind of, if I say this, so my kids would spend time with their dad. So we would do birthdays like on the weekend. So we kind of just figure out the weekend that was closest to his birthday, because it was so hard to do birthdays in the middle of the week with the kids, with everything they had at school and after school activities and everything. And if they were home for the weekend, or if they were with their dad for the weekend, we just kind of made it fit when it was easiest for the kids to help me bake a cake, kind of a thing. And my mind has just gone blank as to what actual day his birthday is, and that is just bugging me that like I said, it's in my phone if I stopped, but I don't want to stop filming just for that. So I'm just gonna leave that and say, okay, this calendar for what I know it's coming up for I know there was another day that my daughter has no school, so I always write those down on this calendar. The 26th, she has no school. I have to write those no school days down on every calendar because I will forget about them. So I've got my basic monthly calendars basically written out for right now. And then I'm gonna go to, this is my weekly calendar. So today, how's the 25? 30 and 31. So this is kind of like my weekly planners to what I'm doing for the ways of meal planning and house cleaning. Now today, I didn't do any real house cleaning last week. I didn't really do any filming last week. My daughter was homesick most of last week, so I didn't really do anything. So this week, so today I was doing a whole house clean, but I was mostly working on laundry and vacuuming. That's mostly what I did today. Tomorrow I will be doing my kitchen, but I want to do the oven and the fridge and maybe the pantry. I'll put a question mark beside the pantry. Wednesday I'm going to do the bathrooms. Thursday I want to get to the basement floors. It's been a while since I've done the basement floors and shower. I'm still trying to work on getting the shower a lot cleaner, but I'm just kind of doing it slowly. Like, it's not being used, so it's not going to get any dirtier, but I'm trying to get some of the soap scum off of the glass and the the stainless steel around the door and the frame of the shower. So I guess Thursday I can do the basement floors and the shower. And then this weekend coming up, because it's Easter weekend, I've decided that I'm actually not going to be doing any cleaning or anything this whole weekend coming up. I've also decided that when it comes to my cleaning schedule, which I will get into in a minute, but I found by doing this daily cleaning for quite a few weeks now, I've been doing this. Some of the pros and cons that I have found about what I like and don't like. And I've decided that I don't want to do any cleaning on Saturday or Sunday unless it's like just the minor everyday daily things. So I'm going to rate this as, I'm just going to do this. This is Easter weekend. If I just rate Easter weekend, then I know I have nothing planned. Meal-wise or anything, nothing planned. I don't know what we're doing. I haven't really figured out with my kids, with their schedule, if they're going to come over for Easter dinner yet or not. I mean, I have all the ingredients. I think I've got everything to make a good Easter dinner. So I'm just trying to figure that one out. And then I guess I can do my meal plan. So with today being Monday, I'm gonna say I have no idea what's in my fridge at the moment. I have no idea what meals I want to make. Last week, like I said, I didn't even do this last week, so I'm kind of just kind of last week with my daughter sick and I didn't really do anything, which is kind of a lot of quick, easy meals, leftovers. Me and my husband, we actually ate out a couple times this week. Last night, I just went through basically the drive-through. So we had just Wendy's for supper last night. So that's trying to figure out what I want to make for supper tonight. I do have pierogies and French fries. That's what I will do. because those I did bring out of the deep freeze, and they've been in my fridge freezer, and they kind of think they really need to be cooked. If I don't do them today, maybe tomorrow. Trying to figure out what else I have. Yeah, that one's tricky. I gotta go look and see what I've got in my fridge. So I think maybe I might not do a meal plan for this week. I'm gonna clean out my fridge tomorrow because I've got a lot of stuff that just has to get, cleaned out. It's been probably about 2 weeks, maybe almost 3 weeks since I've actually, it must be closer to 3 weeks or more since the last time I cleaned out my fridge. So I'm gonna just see what I have in my fridge first before I come back to this. So I'll be back in just a minute. All right, I quickly just looked in my fridge, the freezers and the pantry, and decided if I'm gonna clean out my fridge tomorrow, I'm not gonna do my meal planning for this week. I'm just gonna do this tomorrow. I'll probably just make pierogies and french fries, or maybe just a frozen pizza tonight. Yeah, sometimes you just want those quick, easy days. I mean, I'm trying to look at the clock. It is, I can't read around the corner. Let's see. My phone says it's almost 3:40. I have been cleaning my house since just after 9 o'clock this morning. I'm still doing laundry. I just finished vacuuming. I'm trying to do my planners here, trying to figure out what I want to do this week. I have a few things that I want to add into my calendar system, because I always write things, and when I write stuff down, I generally get it done. And one of the things that I have not ever really scheduled, and I kind of just do it here or there whenever I feel like it, without scheduling it, is actually sitting down and reading my Bible. I mean, I do read it, but it's just, I never write it down. And so what I can't even speak. So what I wanted to do is, my husband wants to, actually, he's a Christian, I'm a Christian, but our religion stuff kind of, trying to follow the Bible, doing that stuff, and then trying to, be in this world, but not of this world. And so we're kind of changing some of our things that we do around the house. And so that is one of the things that I actually want to add in every day. And I'm one of those people who said I was doing this cleaning schedule, and I actually stay pretty close to, when I write things down, I'm pretty close to getting it done. I mean, if something happens, if I was gonna say, last week I said, I did clean, I just didn't feel myself cleaning. My daughter was home sick, teenagers home, they're playing their music, it's quite loud, whatever. I don't want to get, YouTube getting mad at me for, the music in the background not being, not playing licensed music, whatever. Or she was watching a movie here in the main living room. So, I don't want to work around, whatever's happening around the house. If my husband's home, same thing. I don't film when he's home, but I just want to get back into this other routine. And so, like I said, if I make this basic general cleaning list, if something were to happen, and like I said, I've got written down for tomorrow, I want to clean my oven for sure, clear out the fridge, maybe the pantry if I get to it. I know I've got to do the deep freezes again, because it's been a few months since I've done those ones. I know I'm not going to have time tomorrow to get to all of that stuff, but just writing them down, and if I don't get to it, then I can always just move it over one day. Same with when I had my weekly meal planning, I write down, and sometimes I would make something and we would have enough for the 2 nights. So then I could kind of, play around with the order of things. But I found that having everything written down, I really stuck to a schedule, and I really got myself on a pretty basic schedule. I said, now stuff's happened, and then I said, next week is going to be tricky. My daughter's got no school next week. She's going to be home every day next week. So I'm going to change some of my stuff in the next week or two, how I do my filming. And, you know, I'm like, now that I am like retired or partially retired or whatever you want to call, but I am basically retired right at this moment. So I just want to figure out what to do. And so I want to kind of add in reading my Bible more constantly. And if I actually write that down every day on my calendar, I'll probably do it, or I'll find a way to fit it into my schedule. And so it's one of the things, and same with my husband, like it's just something he wants to add in as well. And so I say, like, but doing my this calendar system where I was writing down like every day of the week, because I'm just gonna run to my craft room and grab, because I don't think I have it, because I took the page off and do I not have it? For like the last time I did this, and kind of like my scheduling, so just give me 1 second. Yeah, see, I've kept them all as reference, so I can kind of see when I started to do this. So I go back to my first one here, which was from February 5th till March 10th. And I will say I was pretty, you know, having this all written out like this, like every day, like what cleaning I did, and I kind of also the first first couple of weeks, I actually wrote down kind of what exactly I was like cleaning. And I will say I actually kept a pretty good, you know, like did this pretty good. One of the things I discovered by doing this calendar system is, you know, if you miss a day, then the next day I always did a double day kind of cleaning. But if I found that, you know, like if I said I was gonna do like Mondays was the basic living room, dining room, hallway, stairs, the front entrance, kind of like half of my main floor. But if I felt that it looked pretty clean, then maybe I would do, you know, the kitchen instead. I could flip things around, but having everything written down, you know, I stayed to my schedule. Same with my meal planning list, having everything written out, like what I wanted to make for the meals. Like I could always flip things over if, you know, like I said a couple times, like the meat wasn't quite defrosted, I could make it the next night. Or if I did make something and it lasted 2 nights, then I would just, you know, kind of flip things around. But I found a few of the things I found was sometimes, you know, didn't need to clean everything. I'm just trying to find all these different calendars, like trying to figure out how many weeks I was doing this and really, you know, keeping up with it. I can just kind of sort these out just so I know how many weeks I've been, you know, doing these calendar systems. So like I said, I started on February 5th. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks worth of these calendars like this. I've got one of this full big one like this, and I have 2 of these large calendars like this. Now on this one here, I actually would also write down what I was making for dinners, if I was doing anything, or for my other channel, like my crafting, any of my crafts I was making. I had those also written down too, and I really found that I could really stick to it. Same with like, I've got 3 weeks worth of my meal planning stuff right here. So I say it really kept me, you know, in check and, you know, kind of like accountable for doing what I said I was gonna do. So like I said, now we're coming into like a new, month. I want to change how I do some of this stuff, but again, it's basic, you know, this was my cleaning chart, and I say, like, I stuck pretty close to this. Now, if I felt like, is it like Saturday, I would kind of do like a whole house tidy, and then my thing was on Sunday, I would find one other thing to clean. Or if I didn't get to the whole house tidy on the Saturday, I could always do it on the Sunday. but I want to get to, like I said, me and my husband, we've been talking, and we really want to get back more into our relationship with God. So I've actually decided that I am no longer going to be cleaning on Saturday and Sunday. I'm not going to be doing any filming Saturday and Sunday. There's a debate on what day is the Sabbath. Is it the Saturday or the Sunday? And my husband can go into so much detail onto why it's the Saturday and not the Sunday, but why it was changed to Sunday, and that really makes no difference to me. Church is Sunday. Doesn't matter if, it's something different. There's lots of reasons for that, and I'm not going to get into all of that, but we've decided that Saturday and Sunday that's it. We're going to keep both those days set apart from the rest of the week. So starting, I said, now we're coming into this week, like yesterday was Palm Sunday. And so this weekend coming up being Easter weekend, I'm gonna go right through. So I won't be doing anything on Monday either. That's Easter Monday, so I won't be doing anything. But starting next Tuesday, I'm gonna figure this out, and I'm gonna have my schedule set up. So next week when I do my calendar system, it will be on a Tuesday, and I will have, figured out things like what I liked and don't liked. Now, like I said, I've been doing this long enough. I mean, today is the 25th, so I've been doing this for, all of February and all of March, basically. So 2 full months of this kind of weekly cleaning charts. And I said, there's a few things that I'm going to change. I think, like I said, I won't be doing any stuff Saturday and Sunday, not filming, not major cleaning, just the basic, everyday, dishes and sweeping the floor if they need to be swept, just basic little things. But keeping all my cleaning to Monday to Friday, which actually will changing what days I fill all this stuff in. So that was what I'm gonna figure out later today, is based on this schedule. I'm kind of keeping to this schedule for this week and into next week, but like I said, by next week I should have figured out how I wanna kind of streamline this a little bit better. Because I said, today I did vacuuming, and I found if I was doing this, so Monday and Tuesday, I'm spending 2 days vacuuming just my main floor. Well, I find it's actually, why pull up my vacuum 2 days in a row if I can just do it all in one day? Same with when I decided to do the bathrooms. Well, when I first was doing the bathrooms every week, that was all 4 bathrooms. I might have only shown myself doing the 2, maybe the third, maybe the one in the basement. I don't know, but I never showed myself cleaning my daughter's bathroom, but I did. I was starting with all 4 bathrooms. Now I've decided that I can kind of, instead of doing one day with the bathrooms, I can kind of split the bathrooms up into what area of the house I'm working on. So I think I'd rather do the main floor as one main thing, and then upstairs as its own separate. My craft room and office is very small, and I don't really, yes, I had to do some cleaning organization in there after I had done some Christmas crafting, and stuff just got piled up and moved into there. So that was a little bit different. But I think I'm going to, I think I know how I wanted to do this. I'm just gonna pause and write this down while I'm thinking, because I gotta grab my other book. I left my other book, my notebook, where I could just write this down in my craft room, but because I know how I wanted to do this, and I can't even, I can't think of how to explain it, so I'll be back in just 1 second. All right, so I went back to my other notebook, and I had my house set up in the 6 main zones, kind of. And then I figured out what day I wanted to clean each of the zones, and then here I've got what would be done in each of those areas. So one is I've got my living room, dining room, so this is my formal area, plus my front entrance, the hallway, and the stairs going upstairs and downstairs. Then I've got my kitchen or the great room area, the bathrooms, I have the laundry, or no, I've got laundry room and the bedrooms. And then I got my craft room and office, and then I had the basement. And so just kind of changing things alike. Like the basic thing was I loved this chart. The way I was doing everything, it works great. I dropped my daughter off at school, I dropped my husband off at work, I would come home and I would just start to clean, and I can get everything done in a reasonable amount of time, and I really liked it. It's just, I find there were just certain days that just didn't quite work right. So there's just a car, I think they drove into my driveway. One second. Okay, so it was just, my daughter got home, so I've just kind of had to move into the kitchen to finish doing this, and this video is taking a lot longer than I expected it to do, only because I've kind of changed my mind on a few key things that I was going to actually do in this video. But like I said, I really, this charting everything really kept me focused and actually doing it. And I said, I didn't realize I've been doing this like since February 5th. So that's, quite a few weeks in a row that I've really been doing this. And I said, the fact that I still have all of these sitting here shows that I just looking at and how can I refine from week to week and kind of decide what I want to do. And so now I've decided that, like I said, I've got my house set up in like 6 main zones, but I figure why spend, like 2 days doing, like the vacuuming and the mopping on this main floor. So I think I'm going to just kind of change how I do a few of these things. So my main floor is going to still be done on the Monday and the Tuesday, but whereas like I'm not working over on just half of it, just vacuuming, mopping half of it one day and then doing the other half the next day. I think if it comes to certain things, like vacuuming, I think I'll vacuum the whole main floor Monday morning. Then I can do I can do the mop on the Tuesday morning, like with a quick little light vacuuming or moving some furniture to get into the corners and things like that. But there is things in both areas that I'd have to bring out, like cleaning supplies. So I'm like kind of like, why do I want to bring all this stuff out like 2 days in a row if I can get it done in like one day? I said like, if I was going to do the railings, I have wood in this side of the house as well. If I was gonna do, so say, I think I'm gonna kind of streamline, instead of doing overlapping things in 2 days, kind of change which days I do things. Again, I have to say with my craft room, an office, and the basement being things I don't have to do on a weekly basis. The basic thing in the craft room, of course, is just vacuuming and mopping. And that if I'm vacuuming Monday morning, well, why should I spend all day Friday just working on the craft room? If I can just do a quick vacuum on the Monday morning, unless I actually use the craft room and unless I have to clean, but then that's just gonna be like one of those extra things. Same with the basement. We're not even using it right now. When I wrote this up, I wasn't sure how much we'd be using the basement. And so right now, I don't think I need to actually have it on my list every week going down to clean. And then I said the one thing was having like every week cleaning the bathrooms, where now I'm only down to like cleaning the 2 bathrooms. Well, why spend a whole day cleaning just those 2 bathrooms if I can split it and do like, say Tuesday, I clean the bathroom that's on the main floor, and then when I'm upstairs doing my master bedroom, I might as well just clean the bathroom at the same time. Again, that means I'm not upstairs doing the master bedroom in 2 days. I can get that area done in 1 day. So I'm gonna just kind of streamline some of this stuff so I feel like I'm not vacuuming, or mopping or something like that, just too many days in a row in the same kind of general area. But I mean, I'm still gonna staying close to my schedule or my list here as to what the 6 zones I have written out and what has to get done in each of those zones. kind of a thing. And so I kind of really still like this idea of actually scheduling all my cleaning and keeping a track of it. Wrong calendar. It's this calendar. So I've decided for this week how I'm going to be cleaning. Like, I'm doing my laundry this week. I was focusing on vacuuming today. I've done the main floor, upstairs, and the basement. I vacuumed today. Tomorrow I'm going to work in the kitchen. I got to do the oven, the fridge, maybe the pantry, but I also have to mop. And I said, this is the one thing with this weekly planning for my cleaning, I can now like figure out, well, what have I done the last 2 months that worked really well, and then kind of like, well, what didn't quite work. Like, the things I didn't have to write on here is just the everyday thing that we do all the time, and it's like after every meal the dishes are washed and put away. Sometimes they don't get put away, sometimes they don't get washed right away, but and generally after every meal the dishes are washed and put away before we've even left the kitchen area. It's one of those like clean as you go kind of a thing. So I find there's just a lot of things that I can kind of just streamline and just kind of change some of my cleaning scheduling. Same with, like I said, with my meal planning too. I mean, kind of changing a few things on that one as well. And I am starting to lose my voice. I can feel it. I don't know, it just hit me. I guess I've been talking for a while now. This video, like I said, sorry, it's just going on a little too long. I hope it doesn't sound like I'm just rambling, but that's how I kind of feel at this exact moment. But again, it was just, I really wanted to try this calendar system and just really get into this cleaning. And at the beginning of this in February, it was like our house just went on the market. I really wanted to keep it up, like a showroom ready. So if our realtor called and said, oh, we've got somebody who wants to come see it, you know, my house has not been cleaned for 3 or 4 days. I don't have to worry about that. That was the basis of doing this. Also, I find that I've kind of stopped packing because I've got no boxes to put anything in. I also have nowhere to store boxes. And right now I'm like, things look better on the shelf than boxes stacked on the floor. So I actually unpacked things that I had down in the basement. I actually unpacked some of the kid toys just because I thought it looked better having the toys in the little cubby bin things, like the little toy bins in the little cubby holes, versus being in cardboard boxes and the cardboard boxes stacked against the other wall. So just I'm gonna lose my voice before I finish this video, but yeah, so that is what I really wanted to do, is just kind of change some of my stuff, how I do my weekly charting. Like I said, I really want to get my meal plan done, but I've got to clean up my fridge. So like I said, tonight we'll probably I did look, there is pasta that I made the other night, so we do have leftovers, so we'll probably just say today's just gonna be a leftover day. I've got some meat in my fridge freezer here. I'm not sure what it was. I believe it's probably pork. I don't think there's any lamb in my fridge freezer. I think the lamb is out in the deep freeze. So I know I want to make some lamb chops this week. So I do know kind of I've got some pork burgers that have to get used up. I think I've got some pork stewing meat that still has to get used up, unless I already used it. I don't remember. We've got some lamb chops that we just got that I'll probably be making some lamb chops. But again, with this weekend being Easter weekend, I haven't quite figured out if we are gonna make an Easter dinner. Like, I've got the ham, I've got a turkey, I've got carrots, celery, I think I've got cranberries in my deep freeze. I usually do. I've got gravy mix, I've got everything I need to make stuffings, I've got some bread to use up. I think the only thing I don't have are potatoes, and I don't know if I have too many. I know I have a couple onions, and I'd also need to get some squash. So I'm just gonna figure out tonight when my husband gets home if we're gonna do an Easter dinner. I will talk to him, and if we are, I'll be planning that tonight, and I will be doing all my meal planning and prepping for Easter tomorrow. And so I guess think I've got all my calendars here set up. But like I said, I was doing these calendar systems and I really got into them, and I really keep me focused. I really love, especially like these big calendars like this that sit on the desk. They really keep me for the full month, fully focused on everything that I have to do. I mean, I can change this and not make it a full month. I did this with my kids because I have 4 kids, so I could even turn this into just a 1-week calendar. Each color was each one of my kids. As you can write, you know, the different things. They got a category to write the names. So you write like your day of the week, but I would write each of my kids' names here and anything they had special to do this during that week. That's how it actually started with the calendar system, was trying to keep my kids' school stuff in check. And then I've kind of added it when I did my kids with their chore chart. So this would actually be my kids' chore charts. And then I figured, well, it works for them. And then I kind of changed it over so it can work for me for things. And then I really got into, quite a few years ago, the weekly grocery shopping, and that really saved a lot of money. That's how this weekly meal planning actually started. And it was actually an app I got on my phone or my tablet. I don't remember. I know I had it on both. And so every week they would send me a thing and I would click in what meals I wanted to make for that week. And like I said, I don't have to worry about breakfast. I don't have to worry about lunch. So it was just the dinner. So when I do my meal planning, I only have to do the dinners. So again, that's 5 to 7 meals, because usually you end up with a couple days of leftovers. And so just planning for the 7 meals really helps. And then you can figure out, well, this is what you want to make, and then what groceries you need on this side. And again, that really helps save like groceries. Like I would even write stuff on here that I would need to make things if I wasn't sure if I had them. Like I know I've got canned veggies, but if I wanted specifically peas or corn, I would just write them down here, and then I would check the pantry or the freezer, because I use both, either the canned or the frozen veggies, and that way I would know if I had it or not. And then doing my other calendars, like my big calendars like this, that I can just keep track of, like this is separate from these ones. This one here is like my daughter, like this one here I only keep track of when she's got no school or half days or something, or exams or something, but mostly just appointments. And this one here is spread out every single week. Then I've got the other one here, and this one, I'm just going to flip to a page that doesn't have personal things written on it yet, so I'll just go a couple months. This one here has the full month laid out, so I can look at this one for booking appointments and then penciling the appointments into this one and the weekly one, so what week it's on. But then this way I can see anything for the full month at one glance. And then I can look at every week specifically just once a week. So these ones I keep in my living room. And then I've got the smaller versions of these that I keep in my purse, or one in my purse and one in my craft room. That way it's just kind of like on my desk. So that is, I think, got all this done. So like I said, so my calendar for this week. So for today, I did my whole house clean, and I was concentrating on laundry and vacuuming. Tomorrow I'm going to be working on in the kitchen, and so that's going to be just cleaning my basic kitchen. So that means the counters, the floors, the cupboards, but I also need to do the oven, the fridge, and possibly the pantry. And then I also have to mop the whole floor, because I didn't do any mopping today because I was just busy doing other things. Wednesday I wrote down I'm going to do the bathrooms. Then Thursday, I got to get to the basement floors and the shower. And then I said Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday is Easter weekend. I won't be doing anything. So that is my weekly calendar so far for this week. Like I said, it's just it's a short week. My daughter also has no school on Friday. So I just want to kind of figure out how I want to streamline everything. And then next Tuesday when I come back for doing my next week's calendar system, I will have stuff kind of more figured out, how I, explain more into detail, like the pros and cons of, like I kind of went through it now, but this cleaning, how I like it, but just there's a few things that just need to be tweaked. So starting next week, I will have it figured out how to kind of just tweak it a little bit, but still sticking pretty close to how I have it already planned, like how I've been doing it for the several, like 2 months. So I guess I'm gonna end there. I'm really just gonna lose my voice. Again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's subscribing to my channels and watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next ones. Bye.